Canada has made up the jobs numbers lost during the COVID recession, but the she-cession hasn't ended. A new report from the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives says jobs in fields usually held by women still haven't recovered.
Mandated closures impacted women majority sectors right off the bat. In fact, in the first month alone, the women accounted for over 70% of the job losses. And we've seen that pattern throughout. So women certainly working in sectors that were more exposed to the pandemic, subject to mandates, that gyration, job loss, higher back, next variant hits, job loss.
Catherine Scott authored the report and says previous recessions usually saw job losses among industrial production, male-dominated fields. But pandemic closures meant majority women's sectors were hit the hardest.
It's things like hospitality and service industries, cleaning, childcare, this kind of stuff. And I think that is where the feminized labor, as we call it, happens by and large. And as we know in the pandemic, that has been the area that has seen the most shakeup, the most vulnerability.
The report also highlights that women who are also a part of a marginalized group fared worse. Even women who have more stable jobs in frontline healthcare saw real wages decline due to inflation while dealing with unprecedented mental stress.
So even for the workers who are on the front line supporting us all through this health crisis, huge number of racialized workers, Black women, Filipino women working in our healthcare sector. We know that carried a huge burden of illness, but the stress and the burnout attached to this.
Andrea Gunraj at the Canadian Women's Federation points out the vulnerabilities contributing to the she-cession were always there. The pandemic just brought them to the fore.
If we valued people at all levels of the economy, if we actually paid people a good wage, if we actually protected them and gave them things like sick days and flexible work options, if we supported people to have kids and have a job at the same time, we wouldn't see these huge shakes.
In Ottawa, Xiaoli Li, City News.